Welcome back. Rebuilding and relief operations are currently underway following an informal settlement fire in the Western Cape. In the latest blaze, scores of people have been left homeless after Saturday's fire ripped through the Kayamandi informal settlement in Stellenbosch in the Cape Winelands. SABC News reporter Vanessa Poonah is covering the story for us, and let's cross live to her. A very good morning to you, Vanessa. Just talk to us about the rebuilding and relief operations that are currently happening there, especially since some residents were away on holiday when the disaster struck.
Yes, good day to you. And what you'll see behind me is the latest in yet another shack fire which broke out in an informal settlement in Cape Town. Since the 23rd of December, we've seen fires breaking out in various informal settlements, including Masiphumelele, Joe Slovo in Langa. We've been to areas such as Philippi, there's been fires, and also in Strand in Umzamo, where somebody lost their life due to smoke inhalation. And of course, just to my left-hand side, we'll try and show you this, of course, the remnants of some 24 homes that have been razed in that shack fire, which took place on New Year's evening at around 7 o'clock in the evening. And we understand that quite a number of people have been left homeless. You've said there just now that many people have been on holiday, and this is what we've been hearing from various communities, because this is traditionally the time of year when families make their way to other provinces like the Eastern Cape, etc., to spend Christmas and the New Year with loved ones, and of course returning by next week. Most people would have returned in time for school to start, and of course many having the unfortunate experience of hearing via social media as well as from relatives and friends that this is, of course, the kind of scenario that they will return to. Now, we do know that you've mentioned relief efforts. Yes, the Gift of the Givers and other relief organizations have been hard at work in all these informal settlements to provide humanitarian relief, such as clean drinking water, hot meals, as well as blankets. And of course, what we've seen on Monday is the Minister of Human Settlements making her way to various informal settlements affected by these fires, because in last week, you'll know that a number of people have been complaining about the slow pace of building materials. And of course, what we've seen on Monday is the Human Settlements Minister overseeing the building material being brought to some of the affected residents. Now, of course, I'm joined now by the Ward Councillor of Ward 13 here, Kayamandi, Mary Nkumpani. Mary, very warm good day to you. So, of course, a tragedy which struck the community of Kayamandi. Not the first time we've seen a fire, and of course we know that the area is, as other informal settlements, quite densely populated. But it is something that has set the community back, especially given the start of the new year.
Yes, good morning. Yes, it is just said that we have experienced this fire in New Year's Eve, and where we know that all of our people, most of them, went home to their families, as mentioned. It is sad because there's a lot of stuff that is affected. People are vulnerable. It's this time of the year. The offices are closed. At least there has been some relief from the different departments, as mentioned, our municipality and the Gift of the Givers. It is sad because now in 2 weeks' time, the schools will be open. The kids has lost their stationery, their uniforms. We have students that has lost computers. We have vulnerable women that have their small business in the same areas that has lost everything. As we are seeing, it's like you see how bad it is and how the fire started. It's like one guy, they were celebrating, of course it was New Year's Eve, celebrating, having a small fire and doing their prayer, and of course the substance also took another turn. He left, and then just in few minutes it caught fire. So we are here with the community, with my colleague, Councillor Tomose, who was here on the spot when it happened, because I only came the next day due to holidays. But okay, I was here the whole day with the entire team. We are trying to assist our community with what we can. We trying to unlock offices to come and assist. We are happy. We have seen also the staff of the National Informal Settlements. They were also here to get the details of the affected people. Hopefully that it's not going to take that long for them to be assisted to get their material. Some of the people came early hours this morning. The others are not here yet. as we know, we're just having people standing in to try and assist where they can.
I see, Councillor, that there are people clearing some of the debris at the moment, and I also I hear you saying that the department officials have been here. Is there any indication as to how soon the new building materials, the emergency building materials, will arrive? Because we do know that there has been a warning for people not to reuse the burnt debris, saying that it does cause a fire hazard, or rather a health hazard to people. Is there any indication at this stage as to when that relief will come?
Thank you. As they said, they were here early mornings. They took the list. They are going to place the order today, probably by next week. But there's not a specific day. They will try their best to try and get the material as soon as possible to avoid the reusing of the burnt material.
Councillor, you've mentioned just now a possible cause of this fire, and what we've seen is that very often it is the unattended fires, it is the consumption of alcohol during celebrations and so on, which does not only affect the person who started the fire or who was negligent with the fire, but I mean, when we look at the number of homes behind us that were devastated, it affects an entire community. As a community leader, as a councillor, what would your message be? Because we know that, especially in summertime, unattended fires can cause havoc and in some cases even the loss of life.
Thank you. My message to our community is to, even if they are using alcohol substance, they should be careful. They must think for other people, not for themselves alone. Hearing from this community lady that I've just spoken to, there has been a warning to the guy that they continuously do this, maybe over weekends. So my message to her was, as soon as we have rebuilt everything, we're coming back to the community and having a public meeting with them and try and warn these people that are allowing this thing. Because now, even where the fire started, no one has seen him. He left. He does not even know how much damage happened after what he did, because he only put the fire and then he walked out. I think when he saw that it is burning, he just took his way off. So the strong message is that we can rejoice ourselves, but we must do it wisely and think about the next person, and more special, the children, because there's 23 families affected because of one person. It is not a good sign.
Councillor Mary Nkopani, thank you so much for speaking to me. Of course, they're just the ward councillor here in Kayamandi, really with a message of caution to those who are celebrating, so that we don't see this devastation unfolding as it has in so many informal settlements across Cape Town over the past 2 weeks.
Vanessa, thank you. SABC News reporter there, Vanessa Poonah, coming to us from Kayamandi informal settlement in Stellenbosch in the Cape Winelands.